one of the things we might want to present in our web page, our HTML document, is a table. So it might be, and I'm going to just make this simple table here. Alright, so we've got our shell, our blank sheet, and I've just got the image of the apple. Alright, so let's go ahead and start. So first of all, we need to put the tags for a table, and our table is going to be within those tags. The way a table is set up in HTML is each one of these is called a table row, and so we need to specify the table row, and then this first row here is called the header or the table heading, and then these ones are table data. So we've got three different tags that we need. So before we put table heading, we actually need to specify that it's a table row, and within those table row, I'll just actually delete that and put that. So within these table row tags, we're going to have our table heading, and the first one I think was going to be item and then cost. Item, that's going to be the first one, and then we're going to do another one. Now, as I've said before, it doesn't really matter how these are indented, but that looks pretty good. Now, so this is saying that these are in the same row, and they're both headers or headings. So next thing we're going to do is our first data row, and so our data needs to be within that. So we've got TD for table data, and the first piece of data we have is apple, and the second one was the cost of the apple, which was $1.50. Okay, so that's the first of our data rows, and we're going to have one more data row, and this second data row is going to be banana, and the second piece of data in that is the cost. And that should be all we need, because we're closing that data, we're closing that row, and we're closing that table. So let's have a look at how this turns out. And there we have it, as we intended. So now what we don't have is the border. Now if we want to have a border, we need to include that in CSS, so more on that later. But that's what we've set out to do, and it could be as big, as complex as you need to. Things you need to remember though is we need table tags, and the table is within those tags. And for each row, you need to have these tags, the TR, table row, and then specify whether it's a heading or whether it's data. And for each of the columns, you need to have separate tags for tag heading, or if we're doing tag data. And that's it.